to the Virtual Grooming. My name is Jack, your host, and today I'm bringing you another shaving video. And we're going to be reviewing from Ethos Grooming. This is their unscented soap. I should have another soap from them, which it should be a scented soap, and I'll get into why I don't have that yet. Let's talk to you a bit about the company then. So I think the biggest USP, the unique selling point to Ethos, is the way they source their ingredients. Very ethically sourced, high quality ingredients. That's certainly what Frank, the owner of the company, prides themselves on. The soap as a whole, I've used it about 5 or 6 times at this point, which is why I'd say it's more a review as opposed to a first impressions. I've used it, I've tried it in a few different ways. I think I have a good grasp on how to get a decent lather out of it as well. The soap as a whole comes in this really nice jar. This is a plastic jar, unfortunately. I have been told, however, Frank is looking to go to a glass jar, which is better for the environment. You know how I talk about that quite regularly. I am very much a believer in the fact that we should be going away from plastics. And he's taking that step, going to a glass jar, which I think is fantastic. The ingredients in this is a tallow-based soap. It has grass-fed beef tallow, duck fat, loads of other really good high quality super fat ingredients. So that's the soap. The soap is very, very soft. You can see I've used quite a bit of it already. Very soft, like not so much crope like, because it has almost like a putty type texture. It's definitely pliable. So the way I like to lather this, and what I've come to the conclusion, which is the best way, I put it in a bowl and I load from the bowl and then make a face lather with it. The company out of New York, also under the name of Dragon's Beard. If you can't recall, Olio did a collaboration with a company called Dragon's Beard, and this is Dragon's Beard's sister company. So there's that. I do have to tell you though, before we do proceed, Ethos don't have a website, and I'll be quite honest with you, the ordering process is a nightmare. It's not so much that ordering over email is a terrible thing, because I imagine we've all done that at some point in our lives. It's mainly the lack of organization. If you can ignore the level of organization there and just look at the product as a whole, it's a phenomenal product. I've used it quite a lot and I can say that. As a package, it can be quite frustrating, I'll be completely honest with you. For example, a friend of mine bought me a soap. I paid him for the soap. It's supposed to be sent separately, so the soap was supposed to be, the soap was supposed to be sent to him, and then my friend would send me the soap. That didn't happen. The owner of Ethos forgot to put it in the package to send to him, and then my friend said to the owner of Ethos, okay, if you didn't send it to me, just send it directly to Jack, and I'm yet to receive it. I don't even think he's yet to ship. That, amongst a myriad of other things, makes it a frustrating process to order from him. Being entirely transparent with you, is that enough for me to not recommend the company? No, because once you have the soap, you'll see how good it is. But please be aware that if you do go through this will be a problem. I'm almost certain of it. I'm of the opinion that it can be remedied easily with just the creation of a website. And it's not like it was 10 years ago. It's actually really easy to make an e-commerce website now. Loads of platforms, WooCommerce, Shopify. Just make a fucking website and sell your stuff to the website. Make it an easy buying experience for the customer you have. But that's it. So what we're going to talk about the metrics of the soap, how I think it performs. To assist me in building the lather today, I'm going to be using one of my favorite brushes I own, which is the Decoration B6. As always, when I load from a bowl, I want a dry brush. I don't want a brush that has much water in it. So it's damp, but what you'll see here once I'm loading, there's no lather being made. It's just a load of the soap. What ends up happening, and what I found with a lot of people struggling with this method of lathering, is they go in with too wet a brush and then they just end up bowl lathering. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm loading from the bowl. Bowl loading, as Mr. Friedberg would call it, but that's what I'm doing. So as you can see, there's no lather actually being generated here. You know when you see like a proto lather on the top of a tub of soap? That's basically what's happening here. So I'm just getting as much as I can. What I will occasionally do, if you can see this, I'm literally just dropping some drops in here. It means I pick up a tiny bit more, but then again, I'm also not creating a lather in the bowl. So you see, it won't really change the amount of proto lather being made. It won't start lathering in the bowl. That's not what I want. Because if I do that, it hinders the amount of soap I can pick up with the bristles of my brush. So that's my advice to you. If you wanna do that, the reason I do this is because of the, if you have a look here, the opening of the tub is actually quite small. And something, if you have like these expensive hand-tied knots, I found treating them poorly will make them shed. This is a 28mm knot. Spreading this all over here might make hairs fall out. I don't want to do that. Not only that, but it's a very soft soap and I prefer not to add water. So doing it this way is definitely a way of getting over that. So we're just going to keep loading here. With this method, I like to load a little bit longer than I typically would. Just because I'm still not 100% sure how much soap I'm picking up. If I pick up too much, then I pick up too much. Fortunately, the soap is very, very easy to lather. And you'll see that when we start lathering. This might be a bit of a longer video. I don't care. I've been away about a week, so I can still pick up a bit more soap here. I'm just adding drips to the top of the soap here. Just like that. There's really not much water being added at a time, so I'm not making a bowl lather. That's not what I want to do. I'm also focusing solely on the surface of the soap I've put into the bowl. I'm not kind of swirling around like you would a bowl lather. I'm just focusing on that surface. There we go. I think that's enough soap. If not, we can go back. That's not a problem at all. Okay, let's get the face wet and we'll get to lathering up. So there are two aspects of this shaving soap that I think it excels in. The aspect number one is ease of lather, as I previously mentioned. I think it's incredibly easy to lather. It lathers faster than pretty much. I mean, it's one of the fastest lathering soaps I've used, which is pretty crazy. Quite honestly, I don't think it's something artisans focus on enough nowadays. There's a few that really care about it, but aside from that, not really. So, and all I do is I rinse out my bowl and I put upside down for the water to drain out, and then once the water's drained out, I can turn it back up and it works just as fine. So, okay, let's get to lathering up here. So, let me talk to you a bit about the performance of the soap. I think I have a brush hair somewhere, doesn't matter. There we go. So let me talk to you about the performance of the soap. Soap, as I said, very easy to lather. As far as just general metrics when it comes to lathering the soap, I would say what it's very good at is slickness. It's a very, very slick soap, as is everything pretty much nowadays. The place it gets let down for me is its post-shave. I don't think its post-shave is very good. Or at least its immediate post-shave. It leaves a little bit of something to be desired, so to speak. It creates a nice dense lather. Not the densest, but quite frankly, having an incredibly dense soap isn't entirely necessary anyway, to be completely honest with you. I mean, just as it's dense enough to provide a decent bit of protection, that's really all that matters. And it's not airy. So yeah, lathering that way with this is what I would recommend. It's a very soft soap. I also don't think the tub is made for a lot of lathering, or at least loading. So loading from a bowl and building the lather on your face, because you can see after I loaded the soap, the process is exactly the same as me face lathering. It's really not different. All I'm doing is squirting water into the base of the brush. Why am I not dipping the tips and why am I squirting water into the base of the brush? Well, I found that if you can get water closer to the base, once you splay, it hydrates the lather faster. So I would say this soap is near on ready to shave with, frankly. Just based on my experience with it. But what we're going to do here is we're going to give it another couple minutes. It's a very, very easy lathering soap. And as far as I'm aware, that's almost definitely something Frank has considered when making the soap. How easy is it to use? Very nice, okay. What I'm going to do here is get water and just sprinkle it on the brush so we can paint a bit more water in. And once we've done that, the soap is ready to shave with, in my opinion. So if you've watched my previous videos, what I look for with this is a free-flowing brush, so it doesn't feel like it's sticking to my skin. And what do I mean by sticking? Well, sticking will generally occur when the lather underneath the brush hasn't been hydrated enough, frankly. voice died there. Forgive me. And it's not been hydrated enough, so it's still got that really gloopy texture. This, however, is really nice. I could still add a bit more water to it, so I'm going to. I'm in absolutely no rush today. If you don't want to watch me lather, then you're more than welcome to skip ahead. There we go, that's really nice. And you can see now, peaks that are a bit stiff. I don't like stiff peaks. Stiff peaks to me are an indication of not enough water being added. I want peaks that fold on themselves. This soap lathers very, very easily, very well. Creates a nice dense lather, the sort of lather that I enjoy building. Okay, so we'll test this now. There we go, it's folding into itself if you see. So I'm happy with that, and we can get to shaving now. So let's draw the lines here, at least to the best of our ability. Okay. So, this as an unscented soap, this is genuinely unscented. I'd say it has a bit of like an ingredient smell, but the ingredient smell really isn't strong. Cool, okay. Try this because it drives me mental. Our razor of the day, just like last time, was our Wolfman WR2. With the Darwin handle and the 1.15 blade gap. Let's get to shaving. Great protection. Phenomenal slickness. This retails, I believe, for $39 for about 7 ounces of soap. You might think, what? $39? Yes, if you think about the price as just a generic price, then for sure it's expensive, but the amount of soap you're getting, price per ounce, is pretty similar to most of what you'll see on the market nowadays. And this sort of product at the moment really appeals to me because I'm not using as many varieties of soap. Very easy. Create a lather very quickly. So the soap itself is great. It's very good. The experience of buying the soap is frustrating, to say the least. So if you can see through the frustration, then you're gonna get a fantastic product out of it. If you want that really easy buying experience, then I don't think you're gonna get it with Ethos at the moment. It's my understanding that their intention is to create a website eventually, because that would be the smart move business-wise. But right now that doesn't exist, and there are some definite shortcomings in the customer experience, I would say. You know, unlike guys, I tell it like it is. Oh, I've also been asked, what do I prefer over the Wolfman and the Carve? So the way I would describe it, I would say the Wolfman has more efficiency when considering the amount of blade fill. However, I don't think it's anywhere near as comfortable. So if I have like 3 or 4 days growth, this Wolfman is a really good option. For a daily shaver for me, I still favor the Carve. I've not been shaving daily recently. I've not really had the need to. I've been shaving every 2 to 3 days. So let's go cross grain. Wolfman is very smooth, very efficient. This specific plate has just about the right amount of blade fill for me. Reminds you it's there, but not too much. And this soap is very dense, low structure dense, kind of as soaps nowadays are. Provides a great surface for the razor to just glide. Incredibly easy. The thing I do like about this Wolfman is it gets me closer to my ideal shave much faster than the Carve because of the increased efficiency. Is it comfortable? No, in my opinion. But it's certainly more efficient. I don't think that can be denied. When I say it's not as comfortable, that doesn't mean it's uncomfortable, by the way. I mean, it's just not as comfortable directly comparing it. And I know I'll probably get fanboys of both. I'm not a fanboy of anything. I like things based on merit, not based on company loyalty. I don't work for that company anymore. And frankly, when I did, I've always loved that razor. And still continue to love it. So on the face, I mean on the neck, just doing a second cross grain shave. Don't need to go against the grain with this. It's efficient enough to not need to go cross grain, which saves my skin quite a lot of stress, to be honest. And Ethos is just kicking ass. It's a very, very good performing soap, I have to say. Cool. Happy with that shave? Yep, that's where I need to be. Okay, let's get this from here. Let's get that on the face. Let me clean up the gear and I'll see you back for the post shave and the final thoughts. Be right back. Okay guys, post shave time. So the immediate post shave on this, I have to say, is pretty average. It feels quite a lot like the Italian vegetable soaps. It feels a bit like Saponificio Vaticino. It feels a bit like Abate alla Mattia. I would use a post-shave product with this, guaranteed. I don't think the post-shave is good enough to warrant using it by itself, quite honestly. However, the good thing about that is they offer a very, very good post-shave product. This is their Skin Food Aftershave Splash. As you can see here. It does contain alcohol, but it's a very low concentration of alcohol. I've not found, just directly applying it to skin here, just like this, hardly any burn. It exists, I believe, predominantly as a preservative. But overall, it's a very good aftershave splash. And stays true with the brand in terms of high quality products, etc. Okay, so that's our post shave done. Let me do a recap of the products and I will let you guys go. So our soap of choice today, which we bowl loaded, was Ethos Clean. This is that unscented soap. Would I recommend this to you? I would recommend the soap, solely reminding you that the buying experience probably won't be easy. If it is, then you're a luckier person than myself, but it felt like I was jumping through hoops a little bit to get this to me. Once it's here, you don't need to worry. Once it's with you obviously don't need to worry because you've got the soap you wanted. But at the same time, I believe a big step forward for Ethos as a company would be to make that buying experience better for the customer. And quite honestly, at the moment, that's lacking quite a lot. The soap, however, is excellent. The overall performance of the soap, post-shave aside, is as good as anything that people put in very high esteem on the market at the moment. It's very slick, it creates a really nice dense lather. The ingredients have been sourced really well, very high quality, pretty much all organic, as far as I'm aware. You can't really go wrong with the soap. The post-shave does leave a bit something to be desired, in my opinion. I don't think for as high quality ingredients as there is, it doesn't translate enough to the immediate post-shave of the product. I haven't yet kind of let it last on my skin and kind of see how it felt by there. However, in my opinion, if I was to do that, I would probably need to use balm because it doesn't feel as hydrated as I'd want it to be. But that is what it is. I recommend it absolutely if you're willing to go through that painful buying experience. It's worth it once you have it. The razor of choice today was the Wolfman WR2, which I am very much enjoying using. Very efficient, very smooth, pretty much everything you'd want in a safety razor. I can't complain. My brush of choice today was my trusty, old, reliable Declaration B6. This is the Jefferson, and the handle style and colorway is called Autumn Glory. I think it was a one-off. And my post-shave product today was the matching Ethos Splash, Skin Food Splash. Very, very good splash. Definitely boosts the overall experience of the product. And I lathered in this Pottery by Heather, given to me by Carve Shaving. Really nice ball. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video today. If you have some direct experience with Ethos, tell me how it is. Tell me how the ordering process was for you. If it was good for you, also please put it in the comments below, because I think the people watching this would benefit from that. But yeah, great shave today, guys. Thank you for joining me. My name is Jack, your host from the Virtual Groom Room. Wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful day, and goodbye for now.